Begins with, you have an idea, maybe on a piece of paper or somewhere in ideation phase, and then you scope it out, you have some research done on it, you have your target audience, all the requirements are gathered, and once everything is done, once you have like a solid plan, it is then given to a designer. So maybe they might use some tools like Adobe or Figma or some kind of designing tools to create the prototype of that app. Now, once that prototype is created, it could be like a mobile version or a website version, or it could be just one of those or both of those, whichever it is, that is given to a developer. Now, generally, you might outsource this, or you might have an in-house team, and this prototype is used to create your app, which could be using some tech stack, some programming language, or some no-code tools like Bubble, or some CMS like WordPress, or anything you could, your developer would prefer. Now, this stage is very crucial because once it's in this development stage, there might be some iterations from the designer and the developer. So there might be some iterations happening here. Once you have your prototype, your app prototype, that is then passed for testing. Now, in a startup, let's be honest that we have just one person doing all these things, or there might be few people doing all these things. But if you have a team or outsourced it, then the testing team or the person in charge for the testing will make sure that all those bugs or all those major bugs are found before your user finds it. So this might again require some to and fro between the developer and tester. And finally, your app is deployed on some cloud platform or some self-hosted platforms, and then starts with the maintenance stage. And whenever you have a new feature, this cycle repeats again. So this is more like a basic cycle where you have planning, where the ideation is done. Then you have a design where you have some prototypes created or wireframes created, given to the developer. Then they will test it, and finally that will be deployed.